I doubt, Nigel, whether even the Everton fans will be cheering on the King tonight. Seems to be unpopular wherever he goes, but his record speaks for itself. He lies handily in the league table, in the qualifying places. He beat Adrian Lewis at the O2 Arena when they met on opening night. If he can do it again, he'll be almost guaranteed a spot in the semis. Should be a corker.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big game for Mervyn King. Adrian Lewis on 9 points so far. Simon Whitlock, Ronnie Baxter and Phil Taylor still to come. So a big game for both players here in Liverpool. And interesting comments, Rod, from James Wade, who admitted that the crowd were against him in the previous game against Barney. He said, though the crowd spurs you on, you have to block it out and let it spur you on. The fact that Mervyn's being booed now, he's got to put all that to one side. He's got to forget about all that as much as possible, forget about last week and focus on doing the job here and now.
Dave Clark posed the question whether Mervyn King could keep his cool. He appears ready to erupt like an Icelandic volcano at any time.
59.
Poor start for Mervyn King. Slow start from both players here. And Adrian Lewis sat on a legs difference of -4 before this game. And when you bear in mind that so many players could be on 11 points, if Lewis wins this game, it will be 5 on 11 at the end of tonight. The legs difference will be all important in the context of that league table.
140.
This is best visit of the match to leave a possible 2-dart out shot. King will need another treble.
100.
Well, he's on a big out
64.
shot, pretty close to the maximum, but Lewis is on double 8.
Game shown
14-dart out for Adrian Lewis. Clinical stop with his last 2 visits, 140, followed by a 2-dart 64, and Lewis takes the opening leg.
Impressive finishing that, wasn't it, from Adrian Lewis, middle of the bed with his first dart at a double.
95.
Big game for both players. There's a lot of pressure up there for both of them. And Mervyn King
36.
will be looking to make the advantage count here in terms of having the darts at the start of the leg to level it up in this match. The crowd absolutely loving what they're seeing here tonight. Rod Harrington said before a dart was thrown this evening, it could turn out to be the best night of Premier League darts this season. And Mervyn King with a nice, steady ton 40.
Yeah, we've already seen victory for Terry Jenkins to keep his hopes alive. He defeated Ronnie Baxter 8-4. James Wade ran 5 straight legs to beat Barney 8-3. Barney now eliminated. He's cut adrift at the foot of the table. Looks odds on to finish bottom.
58.
Not many people would have thought that at the start of the season.
A victory for King here would just give him that daylight to put him on 13 points.
96.
And be 4 clear of his opponent Lewis here. Be a big result for him. He's been hanging on to the coattails of Phil Taylor for quite a while in this White Mackay Premier League campaign.
140.
But defeat for Mervyn King. And as we've said many times tonight, he'll be one of 5 players on that 11-point mark. So victory vital for the King.
Well, Lewis finished in 14 darts, and if King hits double 4, he'll have done likewise. 2 14-dart legs, and that is the standard that these players have set in the Premier League this season. If you can't go out in 15 darts or fewer, you ain't going to cut it in the Premier League 2010.
Poor 57 from Lewis, and King's ready to punish him here. 2 in so far, and that is simply magnificent from Mervyn King. The first 180 of the game, and he punishes Lewis for that poor first visit.
Yeah, Lewis, the maximum man in this year's Premier League. He's hit 45 so far. Top of the 180 power, well, joint top now with James Wade, who hit 3 against Barney. They've both got 45.
42.
Power scorer Lewis when at his brilliant best.
King's let him off the hook there. And this is more like it from AD.
121.
Wow, that was a lazy last dart, wasn't it? It looked as though he got the job done, and typical of Adrian so many times with that last dart, just wave it to the right as King looks to finish again here. An up and down leg, inconsistent from both players.
And Lewis 123 left, minus these, so utilised the bullseye to leave a 2-dart out shot. King won't steal against the throw now. But 78 is far from the easiest of two darters. Not forced to get more than one dart at a double. Well, we'll get two at double 12. One left in his hand. Should be able to deflect it in. Well, he hasn't. And 80 now. Will Mervyn King go down for the 16s? That's his usual route on 80. One left at double 16. It's his favourite double. It puts him in front 2-1.
Yeah, the 16s route working beautifully for Mervyn King, and he breaks the throw. That is important. A beautiful finish from the King. And Adrian Lewis knows that that could be a big moment in the match.
96.
Can't afford a slip up, neither player here. Pressure on big time.
Yeah, with games running out of the Premier League, just 3 for the players after tonight. Lewis is in a high pressure situation, and it shows with that 44. King is barrelling in again. It's his second maximum. Could be clear daylights between the players here. Lewis all over the shop.
47.
Yeah, he's got to get himself together quickly. He's got to show some character here, Adrian Lewis, because he's under severe pressure. This is a very impressive display from King. As I said earlier, had to put aside all the distractions of the crowd and what happened last week and show the ultimate professionalism, and that so far is what Mervyn King is doing here at the Liverpool Echo Arena.
Yeah, 43 followed by 180, 47 followed by 140 to set up this finish. He's hit the ball by accident, wanted the outer ball, but double 16 after the 3. Well, it's not the worst position to be in on double 16 with your opponent trailing on 310. Check on 130.
For a 13-dart finish for King and a 3-1 advantage. And he loves that double, doesn't he? No mistake at all.